And we unlock more Cortex levels now. Is it just one? The Cortex timeline's unlocked. He started as a foe. He's now a friend? Experiences Cortex point of view. It's only one level. We're not going to do that immediately. We're going to go for DINO DASH first, finish this world, go to the Cortex level, and then go into what I presume might be the final world? I guess? Again, I feel like we're getting close-ish to what must be the end of the game. Especially since we're teaming up with Cortex now, which seems like an endgame, like, narrative beat. So, certainly, the world after this one will be the final one. And we have Antrophy as the final boss, which I actually appreciate that it's not Cortex again. And Antrophy, he seems like the kind of dude who's like, yeah, I've got my own plans and I'm managing in my own right. And they worked together in the last game. But they worked together, right? It wasn't like Antrophy was working for Cortex necessarily. And right from the start of the game, he's like, yeah, no, fuck that Aku, Uka, Uka, I never know which one is which. Dude, we don't need him anymore. And now he does the same with dinosaurs as platform. I died because I was distracted by the dinosaur platforms. But dinosaurs are platform. Again, 159 boxes. That's way too many boxes for one level. Stop it! More boxes doesn't mean better levels. Matter of fact, it might mean the opposite. But I guess... well, the levels are also... that's very potent acid. If just stepping in it can kill you. Without even burning through your shoe. How does that even work? It's oh, it's green, so it's like the Harry Potter thing. Avada Kedavra. It's liquefied Avada Kedavra, that's what it is. Let's just jump on top of this one. I'm unlikely to get any box jam. I just do not see those plans in the background. They just blend in too well. Which, again, is a matter of once you've played this level, like, once or twice, you'll probably roughly know where all the enemies are, and you'll be more careful. Because I know now that there's a planned enemy here, so I'll have to move to the left or the right a little bit on that platform. And I know there's one here. And now I know there's also one after this platform right here. So I'll know to dodge out of the way and murder it. Now we have the best... okay, it's not the best power, but it's definitely like the best character. I really like the shifting mask as a character. This was also in the demo. The demo had a lot of endgame content. Unless this is not the end game. In which case, are we gonna get like an entire World War II with having literally all of the masks? Because otherwise, again, the demo gives a lot of endgame content, which does not seem right for a demo. I missed quite a lot of things there. I did take the checkpoint, so I can't go back on that now. That almost killed me in a very funny way. I feel like this is going to be a... yeah, there we go. It's a chase level. Being chased by a dinosaur. Strangely nostalgic. It's not even the same kind of dinosaur. This is a T-Rex. Last time I think it was a... I don't even remember what it was. Or what it would be called. It's the one with the 3 horns, right? Triceratops? I think they're called. Look, I'm not 8 years old anymore. I don't know that much about dinosaurs. As a kid, I used to. Like, know way more about dinosaurs at least than I do now. But I think that's normal as being a kid. Loving dinosaurs. I've never met a child that does not like dinosaurs. I'm convinced they do not exist. And that's another timeline. I was gonna say episode. Oh, that's probably not good. Yeah, there's one more box up there. I've missed enough boxes anyway to the point at this stage. That was a weird sentence. that I don't care about missing one more, because again, not getting those gems anyway, mostly. And that I should have seen coming. For the most part, I'm not getting the gems anyway, because they literally only seem to be good for one thing, and that is getting these skins, which I don't give two craps about. There's probably a secret ending as well, but I'll just look that up on YouTube. For review purposes. Sooner or later I will probably go over the entire game and 100% complete it. I might not do that until the... that's not even the one. Oh, hold on a moment. Oh, that's gonna be tricky. So yeah, I might not do that until there's a PC release of it. Oh, it's not even like an optional box. It's actually what you're supposed to do in order to progress with the bonus level. It's okay because it is a bonus level, and it's not actually that difficult to slide under these because it's just a one white thing on... Wait. Oh! There's one more activation box. I didn't even notice that. What? No, what? Seriously? What? Yeah, how about no? We're just going to ignore that ever happened. Oh yeah, those are the... well, they're different dinosaurs still, but kind of the same type. Hello, T-Rex. There you are again. It's scary, scary, scary. That being said, it seems like there's quite a bit of rubber banding in these chase levels, because I've been fucking quite a lot, and when you slow down, it seems like the thing chasing you also slows down. I'm sure that you can still and will still die if you wait too long or get hit too much by obstacles, but it seems like they give you quite a bit of leeway there. Which I guess is okay, because it's mostly about the game making you feel like you just about made it, rather than you actually just about making it. That's the one thing about game design that you need to keep in mind. The game designers are mostly trying to make you feel a certain way, rather than making something actually be a certain way. And there can be a huge difference between the two of those. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if, like I discussed, I think a couple of levels ago. I don't know when. Oh no, there was a very early level in the game. So that was not just a couple of levels ago. That was like the third level in the game. It was the one where you were inside of the little ball thing in the chase level with the truck. Okay, this is... The timing of... Oh, hold on a moment. Hidden gem. The timing of those things... They don't time that well together. They're on separate loops. Meaning that sometimes they will line up and sometimes they will... Remember when I talked about being able to jump off a platform even if you weren't actually on the platform anymore? And how I praised this game for allowing you to do something like that. Suddenly it doesn't. And it probably would still allow me to do that if it weren't for the fact that there's lava literally just under the platform. And it's probably killing me before it allows me to do the late jump. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the timing between these two obstacles. Wait. Wait a moment. Hold on a moment. Yeah, no, you do need to slide under it. Do they want you to jump, double jump over it? Instead, they must. No, 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 they do not expect you to double jump over it. They actually expect you to slide under it. I almost can't believe that they do that. Because that means you have to land on the platform. Well, that's not gonna... Actually, it does help me in this situation. Not in that situation. It means you have to land on the platform when it's just a couple of pixels on this side of the rock. And then slide dash jump under it onto the next platform. That seems way too difficult to be the thing they want you to do. I'm sure I'm just... I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something very important here. Can you just walk under them? Don't tell me you can just walk. Certainly you can't just walk, right? No, you can't. Okay. That is... Honestly, I'm losing a lot of lives to this specific obstacle, but as I stated before, I had about 90 lives. I'm down to about 70. I'm still not going to get a game over. It's actually not that bad if you think about it, but the fact that you are... Is that 4 times in a row they ask you to do that? Because that's not an obstacle you repeat like that without break. I don't like this obstacle. Not as part of a mandatory level anyway, because that is very precise, very tricky, and very... It doesn't even work properly, I feel. I'm getting this invincibility every single time, which is satisfying, I guess, but... doesn't really help me in any way, shape, or form, and it's just mostly insulting. Because they're giving me something that would be helpful in other situations, but not in this one! At least they don't do the Super Mario U thing, where they just play the level for you if you die too many times. Or is that Super Mario 3D Land, I think, it does that. Maybe both. Maybe they do it both. It seems like something they would be stupid enough to include in multiple Mario games. I'm just going to focus here for a moment. But I'm highly not okay with this obstacle. I've complained about this for the past, what seems like 10 minutes. So you guys are probably getting kind of tired of me complaining about it. But I think this obstacle is downright bullshit. It does give you a moment to rest here. I'll give it that. And then it does give you those boxes, which isn't really a place to rest and take it easy. I wouldn't even be that upset if this level was, like, in any way building up to this challenge. But it's not. Not even close. This just comes out of nowhere. And it's infuriating. It's downright infuriating. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this. I'm very glad that the memory tape, for which you have to not die until you get to that point in the level, is before this. Because it's literally right here. So they knew what they were doing. And yet they still put it in the goddamn game. Worst level in the game. Because of this obstacle. Just because of this obstacle, worst level in the game. Without a doubt. I have nothing good to say about this. This is just bullshit. This is really, really bad. Again, assuming that I'm not just an idiot and trying to slide under these things while you're supposed to jump over them, in which case it's also bad because I tried jumping over them and it definitely wouldn't let me. I mean, it does make you slide under that trunk, so certainly that is an indication that you're supposed to be using the slide. Because this one you definitely cannot jump over. I feel like they placed in that trunk there because people didn't understand what they were supposed to do here. And rather than just cutting this bullshit part of the level... See? That's a problem. Because if you land on a platform and you can't perform a slide on that platform anymore, except for literally the very first one, you're just kind of fucked because you don't get another one in time before you sink down as well. This entire section, this is Kaizo. This is Kaizo Crash. And I like a challenge. I like a platforming challenge. I like a tough little bit of platforming, but not when it's mandatory. I will remind you, I'm not on a separate, like, branching path here that gets me a color gem. This is a mandatory part of progressing through the game. And it's barely functional. I was very happy before I started this level. I can't. I literally cannot. I can keep talking about why I hate this for forever. Because there is a lot to hate here. Look, that death was on me because I didn't double jump. I did press the button, but I didn't press it, like, hard enough, which seems like a bullshit excuse. That's not a bullshit excuse. That is literally just what happened. And when you don't fully press the button, you don't press the button. Like, buttons aren't analog sticks which you can tilt or press a little. You either press it or you don't, and I didn't press it enough, so I didn't press it. That's not the game's fault, that's not the controller's fault, that was my fault. I'll add that I've wasted about 30 or so lives on this obstacle alone so far. I'm starting to understand why modern mode is even a thing. At least it's a good way to get rid of excess lives, I suppose, maybe. 44 deaths! I'm fairly certain that at least 35 of those were to this obstacle. Let's wait, double jump. Again, you might be saying, you're cutting it too close. You're cutting it too close, trying to jump on those platforms too early. But if I don't cut it that close, that was on me. If I don't cut it that close, I can't slide under them anymore. I'm not saying these are frame perfect tricks, but they are way too close to being frame perfect. See, that was already too late. And it was only about halfway through, and it was too late to do the slide under it. That's how close you're cutting it here. And even then, sometimes it just fucking glitches out. I cannot believe that this got past playtesting. This is frankly insulting. In a game which so far has shown tremendous quality and even had the fucking balls to call out other Crash Bandicoot games for not being good enough. Were there any other Crash Bandicoot games? I don't remember that. Then putting in this. You have the balls to put in this bullshit. After calling out other bad Crash Bandicoot games. After making what is, so far, if you ignore this, a good Crash Bandicoot game. You think you just put this into... Again, my problem isn't that this exists. My problem is that this is a mandatory part of progressing with the game. If I could skip this, I would gladly do so. But I can't. The game needs me to do this. And I need a game to fuck the back off. Wait a second, that doesn't make any grammatical sense. I need a game to fuck off, that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Back the fuck off. That's what it's. Fuck the back off? What the hell? The game is starting to melt my brain. That's what's happening there. I'm just gonna shut up and try to do this silently. Because that's literally the only way that I'll be able to get through this. So very sorry for this being a very boring couple of minutes now, but... there must be something I'm missing. There must be. They wouldn't do this. Again, this has been a fun game so far. Why would they do... why would they put this in? I didn't miss, like, another path, did I? Did I? No. No, I didn't. No, because the hidden gem is even here, before it. So certainly this is the right way to go. Again. Maybe I'm jumping too quickly. Maybe it does allow me to do a bit more, like, air sliding than I think it does. I'm trying to jump too quickly, and because of that I'm banging my head into the rock and then going into the lava. So maybe I just need to trust the game a little bit more. I do not feel like the game deserves that trust at this point. But maybe I just need to give them a break. This is going to be the longest video on YouTube in the playlist. Without a doubt. I might actually cut out part of this for the YouTube video. We're down to 35 lives. Before too long, I will have died twice as many times inside this level alone, to this obstacle alone, than I have lives left. There we go. That's one. That's two. And that was almost three, but I didn't pay enough attention to the right timing. We can get through this. There's a checkpoint before this. There's no way there's also a checkpoint right after this. There just is no way that they would give you a checkpoint before and after this. If they do, I'll actually be more upset. Because that means they realized how bullshit this obstacle was. And I am certain that they realized. I literally do not know any other thing I could be doing right here. It does seem to give you a little bit more airtime than I initially thought, which admittedly is fairly helpful. At least give me the opportunity to land on the edge of a platform, if you're gonna give me a bullshit section like this. I was kind of hoping to just like God mode my way through that, I'm gonna be honest with you. That would have been a great highlight moment. It didn't happen. Because that would mean that this... I don't want to say this game, because again, I've been enjoying the game so far. But like, on a 100-point score, this obstacle in this level alone might take off like 15 fucking points. Because it's straight up bullshit. I'm very curious to know what other people think about this level. And it is being made easier because I do not have to worry about the lava bubbles popping up every other fucking second because of the Alcaco invincibility. Without that, this would have been even more difficult because I also have to worry about that, which would be insane. I'm probably gonna end the stream after this level. Because this level is tilting me a lot. I might get actually, like, I might actually get a game over because of this. What's the name of this level? I'm gonna look up general opinions on this. Do we have a name for this level? Level stats. So, we're redoing this part, and with redoing, I mean, I finished this level on stream. And when looking back over the footage, the last like 15 minutes or so turned into a slideshow. So at the moment I've got 36 lives because I did like a couple of other levels to do a little bit of live grinding because I'm probably going to need it. And I need to do this again. I still think this is a bullshit part, but maybe now that I've had a little bit of relaxation and I haven't played this game for literally like 2 hours straight, I'll have a bit better. No, it's going to be the exact same thing. Is my microphone recording? It is. Good. So I'm probably going to just end up dying here until I get the Uka Uka invincibility, because that's pretty much the only way that I can do this. I feel like I did this on accident. I feel like I finished this on accident. There is a checkpoint right after this as well. Apparently I didn't find the hidden wait, I found the hidden gem. So why is it there again? Does that just respawn every single time? And the weird ass stuff. It's the first time I'm actually replaying a level. Like, that's not the first time. I've replayed some of the earlier levels actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. I've replayed a fair amount of them in inverted mode. And as turns out, every world has a separate like theme or shading style for inverted mode, which is actually very welcome. I do appreciate that and like that quite a lot. What I do not appreciate and like is this fucking obstacle on this level. Because, again, it's stupid and it shouldn't exist. I don't know what they want you to do. I know what they want you to do, but I just don't believe that this is part of a fair and well-balanced gameplay experience. Damn it! Out of all the levels I have to redo, for the YouTube video, it would be this one. This level is highly cursed. This level in and of itself, I don't know if this part of my commentary made it into the recording because I was just ranting real bad about this the entire time I was playing this. But this level alone, pretty much is going to be the reason I do not 100% this game. Because 100%ing this game means that I have to do this in a time trial. Which just ain't happening. Let's be honest, that's not happening at all, like ever. So let's focus here for a moment, because we can do this. At the moment I'm just wasting lives until I can get that Uka Uka invincibility, but it might actually be better, as I found out in my successful attempt, to not have the Uka Uka invincibility, because that breaks boxes quicker. And towards the end of this there is a section where you have to... that almost worked. There's a section where you have to actually like stand on some boxes, and that went way too well. Let's see if we can replicate that. Probably not. My main issue here is that you just do not get enough time to... fucking die! I'm going to close my window as well, because I don't need people outside hearing me scream at a video game. I don't know if the 30 lives I have are going to be enough to get through this. It took me about 95 lives the first time going through this to actually make it. And that was just once. And then there's still a part of the level. This is not the last obstacle. There's still a chase section, which also has a bit of a bullshit thing going on at the end of it, but we'll get to that. Well, I don't know if we'll get to that, actually. I mean, eventually we will get to that. I've got like a week before this video has to go up, so I can just do multiple play sessions between like work and streaming, and this could be a 2-hour-long video. I don't know. I'm getting the timing for this all fucked up, and I do not appreciate that. I hate this fucking obstacle. I'm back at it for like 4 minutes, and I'm already very much tilted again. At least this way, I don't have to... I don't exactly know what to change to make this obstacle better. Other than just straight up removing it from the game. Putting it in an optional path would be okay. Like, this being the way you get one of the colored gems would be okay. This even being the way you get, even if it's just like 1 or 2 boxes for the box gem, I'd honestly be okay with that at this point. This being in the game the way it is highly not okay. This is a bad obstacle. And I've said it before, I'm just repeating myself from what I said before because I don't exactly know what made it into the video and what didn't. But I do not understand how this got through playtesting. I literally have no idea how this could get through playtesting. I honestly do feel like they might have... It wasn't a demo! It wasn't a goddamn demo! How is the entire internet outraged over this level? Remember when the Insane Trilogy was released? And people were like, oh, it's Crash Bandicoot Dark Souls! It's all so fucking difficult and things are impossible and it's not fun anymore. Where are those people now? Because I've got something for you to be upset about. This... Again, I know that I'm fucking up some of these inputs as well. It's also... But I've done this over 100 times now. And I'm not particularly like that bad. I mean, I'm not a great platform gameplay people. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not somebody that's like very amazingly good at these things. But I'm decent enough. I've been playing Crash Bandicoot for quite a while. I have a grasp on what the gameplay's like, what the character moves like, and what like the language of the game is. I'm above average at Crash Bandicoot, I dare say. And if you disagree with that, I think you have a very skewed perspective on what an average player of this game would look like, because you watch a lot of speedrunners and stuff. If I have this much trouble with this obstacle, I have no idea with like your average game, just like little Jimmy getting Crash Bandicoot 4, the new Crash Bandicoot game, for his birthday, when he turns like 12. How is somebody like that, a kid like that, gonna get through this fucking thing? Well, by having a lot of spare time. That's how. And by playing on modern mode and not retro mode as well, so you can just keep slamming your face into. This obstacle, I'm not gonna say this obstacle is the reason modern mode exists in this game, but it might just be. It might very well be. Yesterday, when I recorded the first part of this, I was very tilted and very upset. I'm gonna lose my life here, by the way. I'm not gonna do this within the next 15 times. That being said, I feel like the first jump actually is the most difficult because of the whole timing related stuff. For anybody saying that I'm jumping too early, I'll jump later. I will jump later. I'll show you what happens when I jump later. That wasn't a good example of what happens when I jump later, because I still jumped into the rock there. I did a slide too late there. The platform was way too far ahead. But that's kind of the issue. The frame, like the time frame you have to pull off this jump is stupidly small. Like, actually ridiculous. Okay, there we go. That was one. I did jump a little bit later, I'll give you that. And then we have that issue there. I think the main issue I have is that I'm just like tapping the button while I probably should be holding it. But if I hold it, you can jump out of holding it. So maybe I should be doing that. I'll give that a try. If I can get the timing for this to line up, that is. So if I... Nope! Maybe I should be tapping it and I'm holding it. Because I can see Crash starting to crawl. Okay, I'm gonna try focusing on the fact that I'm tapping it rather than holding it. Still jumping too early. I'm gonna act for the rest of this video. This is probably not gonna happen. For the rest of this video, I'm going to try to act like it's my fault that I'm not getting through this rather than the game's fault. It is definitely the game. It is definitely the game in this case. The game is being a whole lot of bullshit. I was honestly I was half expecting going back into this a day later with a fresh mindset after having just like been doing some work and that kind of stuff. I was honestly expecting to just blaze through this because it probably was like just me getting very tilted. Getting back into this now, I'm not removing this from my review script. This is going to be an entire section of the review script because this is bullshit. It is stupid. It is bullshit. It should not be in the game. Again, the game as a whole is definitely like getting points deducted from it because of this obstacle. Even just give me the option to like high jump over it would be enough. Or anything like that, really, anything. Make the hitbox for the thing smaller. Because that is the issue. It's quite a thick hitbox, from what I can tell. And the camera perspective also kind of fucks with that. Okay, that's one. That's two. But now we get to this part, which becomes infinitely more difficult because I have an Aku mask. And there we go. If you don't have Aku invincibility, that part isn't as difficult. So that is why I tend to want to skip that. Because if you skip that, you can just hang out on the multiple Woompa box there. So yeah, I'm not in the... You can see, when I get through the first one, I end up making it quite... I did it again. I end up making it quite far. If I even get through the first one. That is the main issue. Getting through the first one and then I guess also getting through... This is my last fucking life! Again, I've burned 40... In total, I've died almost 150 times to this obstacle alone. I've died more to this obstacle than the rest of the game altogether. And now I have to go through the entire level again. No, I have to go... Okay, no. Yeah, I'm just not doing that. There's a dino chase section after that, and then you finish the level, and the dino chase thing. It's a T-Rex, and his face can kill you when he falls over, and that's also kind of bullshit, but not as bullshit as that fucking obstacle! And that is it. We're gonna leave it there. We can't leave it there because there's a cutscene after it as well. You unlock the last fucking mask. Oh, I'll try to be back in a moment. How many lives do I have? I have 4 lives. Yeah, no. Can I just switch to modern mode mid-game? I can. You can start... Okay, we're going into modern mode. I'll see you back there. Eventually we will do this. We actually got here without any death so far, which is amazing. So we actually get a memory tape. Or a flashback tape. And now we are here without bothersome lives. So we can do this over and over and over and over again until I lose my sanity. Because that is what's going to happen here. I'm going to actually go insane. And I'm going to turn into a supervillain because of this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what's happening here. You're seeing the creation of a supervillain. The next MCU movie after Black Widow is actually... it's going to have me as the antagonist. I might actually no. Fuck that. It's not even going to be after. Interestingly enough, your Wumpa Fruits don't reset to 0 if you play on modern mode, because obviously they don't get reset to giving you a life every 100. So it just keeps counting up. That's an interesting little difference. If nothing else, this entire clusterfuck showed me that, which is a thing. Also, it made me go through this level and get the flashback tape, which I guess we'll now have to do. I'm not going to do it at the end of this video. This video is like going to be an hour long anyway without the flashback tape. So we'll probably do a separate video where I go through all of the flashback tapes, if that. I'm going to do a video for the color gems once I find out where they are. I'm expecting there to be no secret warp room in this game, because we don't work with warp rooms. And it seems like all the levels are fairly obvious where they are. So that's obviously not going to be a video that we do. But we can still at least look into doing a color gems video, because color gems definitely are still a thing in this game. Jumping later is the key. Jumping later is the key. I will repeat, even if it is me just fucking up really badly, the fact that the game, like, the fact that I can throw myself over 100, over 150 times at an obstacle and only have gone through it, like, once completely, and like 3 times almost, is a whole lot of bullshit. I didn't even... Did you see that? I didn't even slide under it that time. Is that the... Wait, is that the issue? Is that the issue? Am I sliding too close to it? Meaning that I actually bump into, like, this side of it? No. Because that's what happens when you don't jump in time. You slide into the lava stream. In any other scenario, this obstacle isn't that bad. But what I think ends up happening is I slide under it. I'm at a point where there shouldn't really be a hitbox for this thing anymore. And I honestly feel like it is a hitbox issue, because I don't seem to have a issue that's as bad with the other gates, for lack of a better term. But I feel like the hitbox should just be a lot thinner for specifically this one. Because I feel like I'm hitting my head on the way out. And again, that is... which makes me wait with jumping too long, which then makes me burn my butt in lava. So there really isn't a good answer to... At least if you're going to do that, make the hitbox on the other side a little bit thinner so it's easier to get onto the platform with the timings you've created. This entire obstacle just works against itself. If it was just one of these issues, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's the combination of all of these problems put together. I think I might have just glitched through that. I'm going to be honest with you. I did use the slide, but it really looked like I just clipped through it. Okay, so the main issue here usually would be the... That was the last one! I'm very sorry for being loud. But you should blame the game for making me do this bullshit. You really need to, like, hug up against the very edge of it to get onto the platform in time. And this fireball makes the timing thing even worse. I'm gonna try one other thing. I'm gonna not worry too much about, like, the platform length. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to immediately try to slide. Yeah, you see you can't do that. I do see Crash changing to his crawling animation. Rather than a sliding animation, which I think is the issue. I just don't know why he's doing that. Because I am pressing down the D-pad as hard as I possibly can. Wait, do I just have to press both the buttons at the same time? Because I kind of feel like that's what I just did, and that worked. So, let me give that a shot. Nope, definitely not what you want to do. Nope. Nope. See, I'm not on the rhythm anymore, and I'm gonna be screwed on this one. That's not it. I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. I legit don't know. I legit do not know what they expect you to do. I'm gonna use the analog stick just to see if that makes any difference. Maybe the analog stick makes it easier. Usually in 2D sections I use the D-pad specifically to prevent myself from running off the platform by just tilting it at the slightest angle, because it's something this game would do at this point. I mean, it's something Crash Bandicoot has been known to do, but that was also more so back in the day when a analog stick wasn't really 360, more like 8-directional. So having a slight drift to it would be translated into quite a different course for your character to move on screen. Of course, that's not so much the case anymore. I don't remember having as much... no. Okay, so the D-pad or analog stick is not a big enough factor either. Okay, there we go. That's what we do. I don't know how we did that, but that's how we do. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. That is... Why did that allow me to go so long into the air, while the others didn't? That's exactly what I need. I need to be able to slide, and then jump in midair. If you give me that, this becomes so much easier, but that does only seem to work like 1 out of every fucking 20 times. See? Again, maybe I'm just hitting the jump button too early, and that is my main issue. But I seem to be just falling into the lava when I don't do that more often than not. Okay, I'm going to make an effort. I'm going to make an effort to jump extremely late for what I feel like should be the timing here. Because if that is how you're like allowed and supposed to do it, I didn't do it that time. If you're allowed to like go through the air for longer than I feel like you are, again, I've been burning my butt on the lava quite a bit. That also makes the getting onto the platforms a lot easier. But you also got to worry about... Okay, I'll show you, right? If I do this and then jump, the jump doesn't come out as quickly as when I do it quicker. Actually, you don't want to have it and, is the thing. Because then you're going downwards. Okay, so let's try on this slope here. Yeah, maybe I'm giving the game a bit too much shit for it. Let's... Again, I'm tapping the R1 button. I need to hold it. See? That's the issue you create then. Is you just slide straight into the lava. I don't even know what happened there. I'm fairly certain I died while still on top of the platform. Which in no case should ever happen. Okay, so I am jumping a little bit more slowly, which does seem to be giving me at least decent results. That's not good. That's real not good. You know what? I'll take it. Okay, so I think I've got that obstacle more or less down at this point. Which shouldn't matter because I'm never going to do that again. Also, where's my PC? Please tell me I'm still recording. I still am recording. Good. It's not going to matter because I'm never going to be doing that again. Again, the fact that I'm fucking up here is just because I wasn't paying attention. I'll pay a little bit more attention to the actual gameplay now. This level is probably going to be the reason I never do a 100% run. I'm going to have to practice that obstacle like for hours. Probably to get good enough at it to the point where I can even do a time trial run of this level. And there's also the inverted version of this level. Which presumably also has a time trial. I don't know if they do. But that means I have to go through this level a couple more times for a less than 3 deaths. In both the normal and the inverted version. I have to do the time trial in at least the normal, but presumably also the inverted version. And I have to, well, I could just... This is the other bullshit part that I mentioned. It seems like you're pretty much good to go. Because T-Rex is so far behind you. And then he jumps on you. Well, he jumps into the lava, which kills him. But his head still, like, lands on the... Well, on the ground. And getting hit by his head can still kill you. Which is... Makes sense. But it's luring you into a full sense of security to a certain extent. And it's pretty difficult to escape from. But that is... that's a 1 hour video. We have another cutscene unlocking the final mask. Spoilers, I guess. But yeah, I've gotten the flashback tape. At least I've got that. Right? That's the thing I got. I hate this level. It's the worst.
Goodness, if it isn't Lonnie Lonely.
Even if I was messing up there. The margin of error there is way too small.
Don't mind Grumpy, cuz he's always a downer.
I'm not okay with this level. Well, the level itself isn't that bad. That one specific obstacle, and then the dinosaur thing afterwards is slightly annoying, but not that big of a deal. It's that one sliding obstacle there, which is mostly the issue. It's real bad. Also, there's a cutscene. We get the last mask, which apparently is like gravity inversion or something like that. I'm happy that I managed to record this second part of this level. Well, it's the last little bit, but like the second recording. Before I move on to streaming the rest of the game. Because after this, you unlock this, which is very obviously the last couple of levels. I don't know, maybe there's one more world. It seems like there might be a situation where you get beamed up into the final world or something like that. But we're getting close to the end of the game, so I thought I might show you that as well. Next time we'll be back and stuff.